When I was a teenager in high school, this is what my typical day in the life looked like. So I wake up from sleep, and the first thing I do is grab my phone and start scrolling on social media, checking what everybody has been up to. Second thing I do is go to the toilet, and without any shame, I admit that I was sometimes masturbating just before going to school. You know how it goes when you finish, nothing is important to you, nothing feels nice, the world looks and feels dull and boring. And of course, when I go in the lessons, in the school hours, everything is ultra boring. So I just grab my phone again, I start scrolling on social media once again, watch some YouTube videos, watch some live streams, or play some mobile games. The first thing I do after coming back from school is just drop my backpack and turn on the PS4. There I was playing FIFA or GTA on hours on end, literally hours. And don't let me even mention that every time that I was eating, I open my laptop and I put some YouTube just so there is no silence in my life. Just so I can eat like a zombie without even paying attention what's right in front of my nose. And food, just eating without even being mindful of what I'm putting in my mouth. Eating with an amount that I don't even remember the whole process of eating, guys. I was eating like one whole package of these eclairs. Do you know eclairs? Like these things with cream inside. Whole package of eclairs without even realizing what I'm doing. Because I fell in the consumption trap. Consumerism is what is nowadays pushed onto us by every single company. Consumerism is when you scroll hours on end on your phone, and if you check your screen time right now, it's going to be very scary. Consumerism is when you eat food that you pretty much don't need in your body, because our body has a certain threshold of being full, and after that everything else is an excess, but we continue eating more and more and more. We live in this overstimulating world, and the companies that do these things, they make everything so addictive that we cannot stop consuming it. But something that is very unspoken of, and we're going to speak in today's video, is the secret trick to happiness, which is to do the opposite of consuming, to produce. There are so many examples that I can give you, philosophical and practical, that will make you understand how producing life is a happy life. How giving is better than taking. Because we are used to getting from every situation, getting. But don't you feel much happier when you are doing something, when you are producing something? Don't you feel happy when you're just with your friends and you're talking, you're producing some thoughts, instead of being like a zombie in your bed, watching content endlessly? When you produce stuff, this can be everything. When you produce music, when you produce videos, when you produce, some writings, when you produce in a way that you study for an exam that you take, this is a happy life. Happy life is about producing and giving, because everybody is speaking what they want to get. Everybody is speaking of their perfect life, how they are chilling on the beach in Spain and drinking margaritas, going on yachts with beaches, and having so much success and fame and 100k followers on Instagram. But nobody speaks about what are you willing to give in order to have these dreams. Okay, it's okay to have these dreams, but what are you willing to give? What are you willing to produce? It's much better way to say, yes, I want to have this lifestyle while making music, while being an athlete, while being an influencer, YouTuber. What are you willing to give for these things? Because life is not only about getting. The same way as in relationships. You want to get a girlfriend that is loving and caring and amazing and cooks and doesn't drink and doesn't go out a lot, is beautiful and all these criteria. But what are you willing to give? Because relationships between you and your girlfriend, you and your friends, you and your family, is about giving. And the consumer trap is so big that it obsesses our whole life. But happiness comes from producing. Money comes from producing. Money comes from producing so much value that people pay you for it. It doesn't come just from the sky. It doesn't come just if you want to get. Everybody says nowadays, I want to be rich. What do you want to do to be rich? Because there should be certain activity that you want to do to get rich. Consume, consume, consume. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. And you will slowly realize, and if you do this experiment, you don't have to trust me, you just have to try it out yourself. The less you consume, the happier you feel. The less sugar you consume, the less porn that you consume, the less video games, the less social media that you consume, the happier you feel. And the more you don't do these things, the more time you will save up, and this time you can use producing stuff. Going to the gym, this is producing muscles. Thinking, this is producing thoughts, ideas. Making videos, making content, this is producing content instead of consuming content. What are you willing to produce? What do you want to give? Your mom cooks for you, does everything for you, cleans for you. What do you give her? You can give her some money if you're working. You can give her some attention. You can give her some love. You can give her some support. You can just give her a company. But you are focused on what you get out of life, not what you give. And there are many ancient sayings that whatever you give, this shall you receive. We have a saying in Bulgarian, whatever knocks, this one will answer. Or the English saying, what comes around goes around. Whatever you give, guys, this is karma. This is, everything is connected. Producing, giving, not consuming and getting. Try to consume less. And you understand that you don't need to consume so much in the first place. The same like with food. You need a certain amount of food to be full. And after that, it's just an excess. It's just excess calories. That somebody convinced you that you need to have these calories. No, guys. What you have right now is enough. There is so little that you need in your life to be happy. And it's up to you to be. And everything else should be on the producing side. Of course, nobody can be perfect. Of course, you can watch some Netflix from time to time and play a video game, or, I don't know, just eat some sugar. But you and me also, everybody, every one of us should strive towards producing value for the other people. Because this is how you get. When you give love and respect and attention to your girlfriend, she's going to give it back to you. If you give value, help, products to your community will going to give you money back. You can check the first link down in the description, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye bye, and as usual, stay tigers.